And welcome back to Who Would Win. And today's Who Would Win comes to us from Nemesis Slasher 1356, who asked the question, who would win a fight, Dr. Doom or Uber Jason from Jason X? I've had both these guys on the channel here multiple times, particularly Uber Jason. So I have a pretty good idea of what Uber Jason's capable of, and I know pretty well what Dr. Doom's capable of. Gotta tell you right now, this is not going to go well for one of these fan bases. So Uber Jason, in Jason X, Jason obviously goes to space, particularly the future. Now, Jason's still, the badass slasher he always is, highly durable, can regenerate. They even make a point of mentioning his regeneration in the movie. He's stealthy, carries the machete with him, all that good stuff. But he does eventually get taken down. He gets shot. He gets one of his legs blown off, one of his arms blown off. The lower part of, I think it's like either the left or the right side of his rib cage blown out, and then his head blown clean off. And I mean, there was barely anything left. There was this much of his head left. Unfortunately, he also ended up landing on the healing table, which in this world, the healing table involves these weird nanite bacteria things that repair flesh with, usually can just heal flesh, but if there's not enough flesh, they'll repair it with metal. And she get Uber Jason, which is arguably, I'm sure there's some parts of the fan base would disagree with this, which is probably the strongest version of Jason there actually is. Due to the fact that this version of Jason's strike now really supersedes anything that Jason has done physically before. In the comics, he continues to go on his rampage on New Earth, where he literally hucked a full tree, and I mean like a round tree, like a good 30 yards or so, and just impaled someone with the damn tree. He basically has ripped through steel doors. He's can survive now in the vacuum space. He can tank gunfire, basically slam android's head right off its body. He can survive re-entry into the Earth's or a planet's atmosphere, and not just at the standard falling rate, but at being basically pushed by someone else, meaning there's more velocity than your standard person, then surviving the impact on the planet. So yeah, Uber Jason is kind of uber powerful, but he is still Jason. He's not the brightest. I mean, Jason, we should really talk about Jason's intelligence at the moment. Not that it's going to play a big factor in this fight, but Jason is... We know Jason was deformed, and it's implied he might have had some sort of mental deficiency, but we just don't know for certain. We do know, though, that Jason is actually before he became all zombified, he's actually very good at surviving. He's a survivalist. He knows how to survive. And he is surprisingly very good at trapping. That comes with being a survivalist, and he does that with people. He knows how to sneak up on someone and get the drop on them. He knows how. He doesn't strategize per se. He doesn't make traps or anything like that, but he is, for all intent and purposes, not stupid. I think the best way to put it, though, is that he's simple. It is easy to fool him if you need to. For instance, in Jason X, when they got him in the holodeck room, and he just gets distracted by the campers and beats up the holodeck campers. The only reason he was even realized he wasn't being fooled is because he accidentally saw someone outside the program. But yeah, so Jason's not dumb. He's just simple. So then Dr. Doom, what's his actual full name? Victor Von Doom. Victor Von Doom. I have someone whose name is Victor Von Doom in both the Who Would Win and the whatever quest. Victor Von Doom is, the ruler of Latveria and one of the most prominent Marvel villains on the planet. He is a genius, rivaling the intelligence of those such as Reed Richards, Tony Stark, Black Panther's sister, whose name I am forgetting right now. Characters he's one of the smartest individuals in the Marvel universe, honestly. And he basically, his whole goal is to take over the planet because he glanced into the future and he saw the only future where it was all peace and no strife was the future that he ruled. That's why he thinks he needs to rule, because he thinks it's the only way to ultimately save the planet. At least that was the storyline. I don't know if that's changed. He's also become God King Doom at one point, where he gained the powers of the Beyonder, but we're not using God King Doom because that is different. We're just using standard Dr. Doom. That said, standard Dr. Doom his armor is nigh indestructible. Like, it survived a shot from the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, granted, that's just an energy shot from the Infinity Gauntlet, but that's still freaking impressive. But if Thanos really wanted to, he could just pop the armor out of existence. It's got parts of the True Cross in it to prevent vampires and demonic entities from coming at him. He has a molecular enlarger and minimizer. I don't know the actual name, but basically he can shrink things and enlarge them. And he can literally take a pebble or he can literally take sand, put it through this device, basically fire it, and they immediately turn into giant pieces of glass, because that's what pebbles really are. Sand is. It's actually just very small pieces of glass, or crystal at any rate. So, it just turns into giant boulders. That's what that device does. He can also use energy blast. He's so skilled in magic. He basically got sent. He went up against the Marquis of Death at one point, got sent back in time while his blood turned to acid, and I can't remember what else happened. And sent back in time, and he still survived and basically started to learn magic from the beginning of magic itself. It was at one point even, and then he basically came back and defeated the Marquis of Death, more or less, who was God almighty powerful. When I've had who would win suggestions involving the Marquis of Death, so we will talk about the Marquis of Death. But holy crap, is the Marquis of Death not fair as a character? And he beat that guy pretty much. In a unique way. It wasn't like he just straight up beat him. It was more that there was other circumstances that were involved there. He was actually selected to be the next candidate to be Sorcerer Supreme. That's how powerful he was magically, like magic enough to rival someone like Doctor Strange. He, like I said, genius, energy blast, energy shields. He has his Doom bots. And I'm not even going over every bit of what he ultimately had, because let's be honest now, it's not like I really need to add more to the fight at this point. Let's actually be. And his suit, by the way, does give him enhanced physicality too. Maybe not quite to Uber Jason's level, but it's still enough that he would be able to go toe to toe with Uber Jason. Let's say this fight takes place. It's Marvel continuity. Jason will exist in Marvel continuity for the sake of this versus. And Doom. Let's say that where Jason landed wasn't in New Crystal Lake. It was in Latveria. And he's going around killing new towns. So Doom gets involved, because Doom actually really cares about his people. Weirdly enough, he's actually a pretty solid ruler, believe it or not. But he goes and he finds this creature, Jason Voorhees. He's like, "What are you doing here, monster? You're no man." Or he's like, "You're no man, you're a monster. Speak your peace and leave my people alone." And Jason just doesn't care. He's coming as you wish to fight Doom. Very well. And he just comes in and just stabs right through Doom. Just and then he just rips him apart, only to be revealed it's a Doombot. Doom's watching. It's like, he can take interesting. A Doombot won't do, and he just kind of just shows up as a very well, monster. So be it. If you want Doom is here. And Jason just just comes in again. Except now it's like, no, it's like, he's just dodging. You really think you can stop? You really think that would be enough? And he just grabs Jason's blade, just snaps it in half. Gives him a quick punch to the face, but Jason just punches Doom back, who does feel it. I mean, you can still feel the concussive force of it. Just very well. I thought I'd play it your game, but no. And then all he has to do, for fun's sake, he fires the molecular enlarger back at him, and he just funnels like pebbles in there, and Jason now just getting hit by boulders, just boom, 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 boom. He gets back up though, and it's like, you are quite durable. I wonder what your makeup is like. Perhaps I shall bring you back to the castle for study. And Jason tries to grab, and I was like, but immediately just holds him in place. Like, Jason can't get out. It's like, no, I don't think so. And he basically just twists Jason's neck right off. And just our head right up. It's like, well, you won't be doing anything more with that. He just basically takes the metal away, and he's basically almost Magnetoing him. Basically, Magneto did to Wolverine, peeled the metal right off his body. I think that's what he would do. Or at least that when he got back to the Doom bot. The thing here is that Jason X is so outmatched, this fight isn't really even fair. Now, again, someone will ask, why did you even do this fight? You know, there's this old curb stomp. And as someone so delightfully put it in one of my other, and rightfully so, put it in, what was it? What was the video they commented on? I was saying, it's like, how is this even fair? Why'd you even do, oh, it was, oh no, was it Ichigo versus, yeah, it was Ichigo versus Melodus. And first off, they said I didn't know about both characters. Oh, trust me, I know about Ichigo. But Melodus, I give you on that. But then the person below the comment just said exactly what I'm going to say right now. Because it was requested. It doesn't matter to me if I know the character. I mean, obviously it does to you. And I will look up a character if I need to. At least as much as I can find. But ultimately, it's because you guys requested. If you request it, I will do it at some point. Because you guys watch me and support me, so I should support you back. But ultimately, yeah, Uber Jason, there's no logical way Uber Jason would ever be able to take down Dr. Doom. Is it, well, he could sneak up on him? No, Doom, no, he won't. Jason's not going to sneak up on him. No. let's be honest. It's like Jason can sneak up on anyone. It's like in his, yes, for everything in the Jason Voorhees series of films, Friday the 13th, first to the most recent remake, Jason could sneak up on anyone except Freddy Krueger. Because let's be honest, he actually never did sneak up on Freddy. Let's be fair. But he can sneak up on anyone who is a standard human being. And without any mystical assistance whatsoever, without any meta-human abilities whatsoever, sure, he can sneak up on anyone. But let's be fair here. And yeah, let's assume that he still carries the weird teleportation ability that Jason allegedly does have. Still wouldn't matter. Doom can teleport too. That's how he kind of sneaks up on people. It still wouldn't matter. It would not matter. And even if he did somehow sneak up on Doom, while he could probably take on a Doom bot without too much difficulty, I imagine. Doom's armor could easily survive a machete. It's not like Jason can just snap Doom's neck, because Doom's not going to let that happen. Because Doom's strength is augmented by his armor. It's enough that he could probably compete with Uber Jason. I do think Uber Jason might be a little stronger, though. I'll give it that. But that's probably the only thing that Jason really has on him. Is because, again, I highly doubt Jason could survive a hit from the Infinity Gauntlet. Just because he survived re-entry into a planet's atmosphere does not mean he could survive the hit from the Infinity Gauntlet. Doom's armor, because it was also mystically enhanced, could. So, durability-wise, Doom's got that edge. And then you factor everything else in, it all goes to Doom. But look, if you could rationalize a logical way that Jason could beat Doom, I might concede that maybe like 1 or 2% of the time Jason could win. Like, there's not even a scenario I see where Jason, like, Doom is arrogant, sure, but he's not stupid. Like, he can tell Jason's probably got enhanced strength, so he's not going to let Jason just come in and just snap his neck, which in theory might work, because, I mean, then his armor still twists. But I don't see that happening personally. I don't see the way. I don't see the logical route where the fight ends up where Jason just takes him and does that. That doesn't happen. At least not in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Jason's gonna win every single fight. I don't think I am in this case. But again, I digress. That's my thoughts. What are yours? Put them in the comments below and let me know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I'll be back with the what if for today, because we are in the week of what ifs. It's the part 19, if I'm not mistaken. Part 19 of what if Naruto had to Rinnegan. So stay tuned for that. Just real quick too. Someone had brought up in the comments, am I ever going to do the box office videos again? I used to love doing the box office videos, but with COVID, obviously, there was hardly anything coming out in theaters. There was nothing for the longest time coming out in theaters, and now things are rolling out, and we are starting to get more and more box office. I will say this. I think I'll start doing the box office videos the week Godzilla vs. Kong comes out. I want to at least wait till then, because that's the first real big blockbuster to come out, and that will give us a better idea of where the state of films and where they are right now in the COVID era. But yeah, I think I'm just going to win that, because I already do a lot on Sundays as it is. I do currently the Death Battle tournaments, which that will eventually run itself out. I do the Naruto, the Pokemon team videos, And then I usually put like a third video in. And if I'm doing a week of, I already got a third video planned. So my Sundays are pretty stacked, but yeah, eventually I'll get back to doing it. It's just right now, I don't feel like the box office, there's enough films out there to justify doing it. And I don't feel like the box office has hit that stride yet to talk about it again. But eventually I'll do it again. I know for a fact Avatar just reclaimed the #1 spot as the highest grossing movie of all time thanks to its re-release, but we all know that Endgame will do the exact same thing once it gets a re-release, so I don't know, take that for what that's worth. Until then, though, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time, folks.